The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Afternoon.
Rafa, how are you looking injury-wise? How are the wounded?
Getting better, but it's still too soon for some players. So Dumet, Atsu, Lascelles is still recovering, and Merino has been training, has been doing full training sessions, so he's available and he will be in the squad.
Is he available to potentially start the match? Yeah.
Has been training the last 2 or 3 days.
I guess that's a relief for you then with Isaac Hayden suspended.
Yeah, obviously when you lose a player, always you need another one to replace him, and Merino, that was doing well with his injury, to have him coming back, I think is good news for everyone here.
Is Dumet still quite close?
Yeah, it's close, but it's a long time, and then still he has to have more confidence and to go to do exactly what we are expecting in a game.
3 defeats in a row. How important is it that you try and stop this rot as soon as possible?
Yeah, obviously it's important to start winning games, so we have an opportunity to put things right. But my message is very clear. Nobody was expecting that we could be where we are at the moment when we were finishing the transfer window. So I think we are doing what we have to do, and disappointed because maybe the Bournemouth game could be different, but we have to be more consistent for 90 minutes. We did it really well against Manchester United the other day, but just for 30 minutes, and we have to be sure that we improve, and we do that for 90 minutes.
Are you seeing enough from the players,
yeah,
both in training and matches, that you think you can turn this around, change?
Yeah, for sure. To lose games 1-0 against Burnley, against Bournemouth, can happen. Obviously, we could win both games, or we could draw both games, and we lost. So it's a small margin, and can happen in a team like us that we are very young, and we need more experience in the Premier League. To lose against Manchester United in the way that we did, especially the first half. So you have to say that a lot of people could be expecting that, but and I said after the game I was pleased with the performance of the team for a while, and we have to improve the rest of the game, because yes, it's a question of experience and obviously quality.
What have you made of the job that Marco Silva has done in such a short space of time at Watford?
He's doing well. I said that there are 4 or 5 teams that they had been in the Premier League 2 or 3 years. They have some good players, and then if the manager find the right system, the right compenetration with players, they can do well, and he's one of them. So he's doing really well. We have been obviously watching some games, and that is the reason why always I say that it's a tough game. So we will play every game in the Premier League. For us will be a tough game.
I think it's no secret that Everton have been attempting to get him. Are you surprised that teams are looking at someone who's not even been in the country for such a short time, but he's been at Watford for a short time, was at Hull for a short time as well? Does that surprise you at all?
Well, it depends on who is in charge in Everton in terms of deciding, but he's doing a good job, so could be. So there are not too many managers with experience in the Premier League that they can do a good job. Then if you have one that is doing well, normally you will have interest from another teams.
I know you don't like to talk too much about the sale of the club, but because there's obviously been some news reports this week that a bid has been made, are you aware of that? Is there anything you can tell us?
What I'm doing normally is watch Sky and some of the other TVs and see the news, and that's it. So I don't have any more information. It's just for me to prepare the games and be sure that we are ready for what we can do on the pitch in the training sessions, and that's it. But in terms of news, if it has been done or rejected, or doesn't affect to us every day, we are not talking about that.
Do you feel at all it's having an effect on the players, maybe the supporters at all, just the amount of time?
No, really. I think you were asking me 15 days ago, more or less, something similar, and I understand that you have to ask the question, so it's not I'm complaining. But the players, they don't talk about that. So I was talking with 3 players now, and we were talking about yesterday Europa League, which came with watching players, and before the training session I was talking with a couple of them that the same, talking about, oh, they play like this or that. So we don't talk about that because we cannot change anything. It's just we have to concentrate on the thing that depends on us, that is just the performance of the team every day.
And last one on this, just in terms of you moving forward into the January transfer window, not knowing whether the club will be under which ownership at that point, do you almost need to make up 2 different transfer lists? One if you have a bit of money to spend, or one if you don't?
Yeah, but it still doesn't change too much. So you have to look for good players, and after, if they are available, that is, January is always quite difficult, and then the last thing that you will be asking for is the price. And even if we have a change in the ownership, we don't know if we will have money or not, because the financial fair play rules, they don't allow you to spend too much money. So we are just looking for good players and better players than the players that we have, because if not, it has no sense to bring players here or to fix positions that maybe we have to fix. But we are not thinking about how much. We have an idea, okay, this player could be cheaper and the one could be more expensive, but we don't know if we will have any change. So then we have to concentrate on what we can do. It's just prepare the games. Cheers.
Rafa, you mentioned the youth of the side. As things stand, Newcastle do have the youngest starting 11 in the Premier League so far this season. Obviously, it's good to see young players on the pitch, but is that a challenge at the moment for yourself and the players, the lack of experience?
Yes, but I'm quite happy with that. So I don't have any problem because we are young. It's just we have to be sure that we make or we correct things quickly, and if we make mistakes, we change quickly, and we understand what is going on and don't make the same mistake in the next game. So it's just my job, try to repeat with these young players positive things that we have to do and avoid the mistakes.
And the Manchester United defeat aside, what's the key, do you feel, to changing these narrow defeats into draws and ultimately wins?
Manchester United was not narrow, but
yeah,
no, I understand.
The other ones, yeah.
Yeah, the other two for me is just a little bit of experience, and we are improving that, and sometimes a little bit of luck, because even if you have a corner in the last minute, you can head the ball and can go over the crossbar, but in this case we're in and that's it. And we had chances in the first half an hour that we could win the game, even a goal disallowed that was legal. So a lot of things that can change this small difference. And against the top sides, obviously it's just to do almost everything perfect, like I said before. But we are working very hard on that. This group of players, they are keen to learn. And when we talk, when we analyze, we watch the videos and we see the things that we are doing right or bad. So they are quite happy to go on the pitch and then keep training. So I think we will be better. I am saying always that this team will be better. The question always is if in the meantime you can keep good results that will give you more confidence, or at least not too bad, and then be sure that we will, in the second part of the league, we have this experience that you are missing now, and it will be better.
And Alexander Mitrovic has been speaking this week. He seems frustrated. I think it's fair to say, his lack of game time. Is he in your plans, and what does he need to do to force his way back into the starting 11?
Every player in the squad now is in my plans, because we don't know what will happen with the takeover. So that is the time that the agents are a little bit more agitated, and then they start working. And obviously in the case of Mitro, I know, and when I talk with him, I know about the World Cup, and I know that he's a striker, and we are playing with Joselu and now with Dwight. But to have Dwight Gale coming back, he was the top scorer last year. He scored 23 goals and he was injured for 3 months. So when you have your top scorer coming back, the others, they have to work harder if they want to be better. So as simple as that. So for every player in every position, just keep working hard and try to be ready. If they have a chance, they have to show that what they can do. If they don't have a chance, it's because the others maybe they are doing well.
Do you feel that some games are maybe more suited to his style of play, the type of player he is? I know that's a question the fans have been debating amongst themselves.
Yeah, but we have a lot of players in different positions that they could feel the same. So it's a question of to show every day in every training session that you deserve an opportunity, and I am not worried about that. If they do well, they can play. Murphy was training really well. As soon as Atsu was not there, he has to show everyone that he's ready. So I think it's the same for all the players. And Lascelles has been injured. Clark is coming back. So I think I understand the debate, but has no sense when you have the team working hard, training well, and your top scorer coming back.
Cheers. Rafa, how do you feel that Jacob Murphy has done recently?
Fine. Still, he has great potential, and still he can improve. I had that conversation with him. We were watching the video and analysing the decisions and movements and the understanding of the game. So for a young player, it's something that obviously he's keen to learn, and he's working hard trying to do that. He will need some time, like everyone, but how much, it depends. If he's doing well, fine. If not, someone has to play in his place, and then he has to work harder. So it's the same for everyone, but I'm happy with his approach and his mentality.
And with the young players, I suppose one good thing is that you are able to mould them more than perhaps very experienced players, because they're quite set in their ways. Is that a good thing for you?
Yeah, it's always, you can see the other way. You have experienced players, maybe you can relax a little bit because they know what they have to do. But no, I like to work with them, and I like to keep talking with them and try to pass them some tips, because when you have experience and you have been, I say always, my background is a professor, so I was coming from the schools and the gyms that you were teaching people, and after as a coach from the academy of Real Madrid. So teaching and coaching players, I enjoy with that. And then he's one of the young players, and we have a lot of them that they are, to be fair, they are very, very keen to learn, and they are working very hard trying to improve little things that can make a big difference in games.
And it must be very satisfying from your point of view when you see that come to fruition on the pitch, when they actually do what you want them to do. It must be very satisfying.
Yeah, obviously for anyone, but anyone with experience in this, I don't know how you say, but in teaching. So if you are a professor, you are a coach, and then it's when you have a free kick, a corner, or something that you have been practicing in the training session, and then you see that this is happening during the game and you score a goal. So everybody, the staff, everyone is so pleased. And I think with the young players it's always the same. I have had a lot of them in my career, and then you see them scoring goals, and you see them improving little things or going with the national team. I have 4 or 5 that they didn't have any chance and they went with the national team in Spain or another countries. So really pleased with that, because it means that they have the potential, they have the talent, and then you work on that.
Watford, in the last, well, certainly in the last Premier League season, Newcastle didn't do very well against them at all. This season they seem to be scoring plenty of goals, but perhaps a little bit vulnerable defensively. Is that something that you're going to be concentrating on?
I think they changed the system, or they were playing 5 in the back. So a lot of teams, they are playing with 5 in the back, trying to be stronger. And then we could see in the Champions League that sometimes 5 in the back is not enough. But is the key is how they work, what they do, and the experience of some players. And they were, I know the owner from Italy also, and he used to sign players and then see how they develop. And then Richarlison is doing really well. So when they sign these kind of players, they are normally players coming from other countries, especially Brazil, maybe they need more time, but they are doing well. So when you have 4 or 5 players that they have quality, they have talent, and they are well organized, like that is the case. So it's not so easy to find the gaps and say, oh, they will concede in defense. I think they are good in attack because they have good players and they are well organized, and they are not bad in defense. It's maybe because they are attacking that sometimes they are a little bit exposed. But the last game that I saw, they were quite solid.
Just finally, you mentioned Marino before. I think he has been on the team every time Newcastle have won this season. So how important is it that he's back? Does it kind of psychologically give the team a lift as well?
Yeah, but not because the stats, because I don't think that the players, they are aware of the stats. It's because when you see him training, his confidence on the ball, his understanding of the game, his vision. So they know that he's a good player there. Cheers.
Rafa, you will know yourself that when the team goes through a bad spell, as you've had with the last 3 defeats, that supporters can get anxious, and the players have spoken about the fact that they go out in the town and they'll speak to supporters, and supporters will say to the players, what's happening, you need to win, that type of thing, and I guess they can feel that pressure. But in a weird sort of way, has all the talk this week about the takeover sort of distracted from that a little bit? Has it helped in that respect?
I was smiling when you were asking, because I was in Italy. In Italy, when you lose 3 games in a row, you don't feel the fans because you cannot go outside. So then you have to stay at home and then watch the telly, and that's it. No, I think it's the meaning of a bad spell. In English, I'm not quite sure about that. Obviously, to lose 3 games in a row could be bad spell, but the performance of the team, the way that the team is settled down, and the thing that we are doing, it's not that you say, "Oof, we are a disaster," and then we will lose every game. No chance. So the team is well organized. They know what to do. They give everything for the black and white shirts. So I think they are so confident in terms of what we are trying to do that I'm quite positive. Obviously, I said before, still is a young team. Still, we have to learn how to avoid these mistakes, and we will be stronger, because that is the way. When you work hard, you have young players, they will learn and they will improve. In the meantime, if you can win the games and then keep the confidence high, fine. If not, then we have to keep pushing them in the right way. We have to give them positive messages, because they have the potential and they can do well, and we will be better than we are at the moment.
And is that what you would say to supporters, that actually it's only 3 games and need a sense of perspective almost?
Yeah, again, if you analyse the number of points that we have at this stage of the season, what we did, how we did it, you have to be positive. So this young team, without investing massive money, and a lot of players coming from the Championship, they are doing well, and they will be better. Okay, thank you. Cheers, thank you.